All right, all right. We're back with another draft. 2 minutes until draft time. This one's a $29 best ball. Justin Jefferson autograph jersey, purple one. The white lettering, white numbers. Another best ball fast draft. 2 days in a row. I love it. Gonna try to get another one going for tomorrow. Not sure on a jersey for that yet. I know this week we got Trey McBride coming up. People have been asking about neighbors. I'm gonna try to get one of those. Got a slow Jamar Chase coming up. So come on the Sleeper app, Pristine Mem, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff, YouTube, Pristine Memorabilia. We got 1 minute till draft starts. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? Saturday night. Saturday night. And we're ready to draft. We got Carlos setting us off, Cole, followed by Corey at the 1-3, Randall at the 1-4, Sid checking in from Hawaii at the 1-5, Lord of the Fly, who killed the draft yesterday. A few of you guys killed the draft last night. Lord of the Fly checking in at 1-6. 1-7 is a TC show. Good looks for the last buy-in, closed us out, sent us home. Randy over there at the 1-8. Then you got Pitter Patter, the regular on the 1-9. He was the one that requested the McBride jersey, so that's on the way. WJW at the 110, Ja at the 111, and Montez at the 112. And we're about ready to kick this off. We got a couple seconds left, and we're good to go. Starting it up. Yeah, let's go, Jefferson League. We got all green. 30-second clock. And just check in. All right, we got six viewers so far, but we're all green on there. Randy's the only one. I'm gonna start it up. We'll get it going. I seen him before. He was on there. All right. I'm just gonna tag just in case. Good luck, everybody. Tag Corey too. I know he was in and out, so. All right, cool. Yeah, on the YouTube. Damn right, you were on that YouTube. Yeah, everybody's here. All right, so we got Allen off the board first, Bijan second. A little different from last night. I like that though. I like that's more what I'm used to. Bijan going early. There's that run on quarterbacks. Gibbs went first. Gibbs was the first quarterback off the board. So, all right. Corey on the club. Where you at? I thought you were here. Come on.
Oh, come on, dude.
Lamar off the board. Let's see. Daniel's off the board. Corey's back on the board now, but not on the clock. All right. I hate the autos. The autos suck, especially early in the draft. All right. Sid on the clock now, fresh after the Daniels pick. 16 seconds left on the clock. Jamar Chase is a great right there. Yes, there it goes off the board. Jefferson to follow up for the Jefferson jersey. Lord of the Fly loves doing that. Loves taking that. Gibbs off the board at the 1-7, which is good value compared to last night's draft. Yeah, let's fucking go, Ja. Here we go. Let's go. Saturday night. Another night, another draft. I'm down for another one tomorrow. I'm loving this. I'll do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I just got to know what draft you guys want. One jersey for tomorrow night at least. I'm definitely gonna do those slow drafts that I talked about before. All right, so fresh after TC with the Gibbs. We got Randy with the Burrow. Somebody's shooting fire. I thought it was gunshots behind me. It was fireworks. But I hope it's fire. Yeah, no, it's definitely fireworks. Burrow, Hertz, CD Lamb, Bowers off the board. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. That shit was loud. I was like, what is that? All right, so Montez with the back-to-back picks on a wraparound. Puka Nakua off the board, 112. Saquon maybe Saquon or Genty, probably Saquon I'd go with, but that'd be great value there. Is Genty gonna fall again? We'll see. We will see. Let's see. And neighbors, the two wide receivers back to back. That's a solid start right there. Got two of your wide receivers taken care of, and we're good to go. Neighbors jersey is on the way. We're gonna be doing that soon. We're gonna be doing everything. Everybody wants everything. Everybody wants everything in one day, and we're gonna spread it out. We got a month and a half to go, and then we got weeklies going too. Bowers Barkley. That's a nice combo to start there. Nice combo. And it's interesting. The two tight ends didn't go back to back for the past couple drafts. Bowers and McBride have been going pretty much same person. All right, so Lamb and Brown. That's a nice little 1-2. AJ Brown to go. That you get the stack there. That's a little early for AJ, but it is what it is. That's not bad value, you know. Genty at the 2.5 compared to the 2.9 yesterday. That's solid to go with Burrow. Randy there. Fresh off the Gibbs pick. Goes with McCaffrey. That's solid. That's gonna be good if he can stay healthy. McBride to go with Jefferson from Lord of the Fly. Sit on the clock now. Henry off the board. Top players are Mahomes, ADP wise are Mahomes, Thomas, Achian, London, Bucky, Lad McConkey, Bo Nix. Bo Nix jersey coming soon too. Uh, Off the board after Henry was Nico Collins, target monster, Brian Thomas, Devon Achian to go with Bijan. That's a solid 1-2 at RB. You're set there with RB. I like that. Achian's going to be an interesting play this year. We'll see how it goes there. Miami's going to be interesting to begin with, but Achian's going to get a lot of work. Bucky off the board at the two, and Jacobs. There you go, Bucky and Jacobs to go with Allen. We've done a couple of these drafts. Everybody knows I love Jacobs. He's one of my RBs that I'm definitely grabbing at the end of the second, beginning of the third if he's there. Uh, I've seen him slip to like the end of the third, which is solid. I've gotten him there a couple times. London off the board, so you got a nice little correlation there with London and Bijan. Etienne sandwich in the middle. Jonathan Taylor off the board to go with Thomas and Lamar. Solid. Solid, solid. See what happens there. Mahomes off the board. Randall with Daniels and Mahomes. Nico Collins sandwich in the middle there for a wide receiver. Sit on the clock. See what goes on here. Baker Mayfield's ADP wise. Well, yeah, Baker. There we go. Lad, Bo Nix, Marv, JSN, Williams, Garrett, Lad off the board. Those are the top ADP players that are still there. The TC show, I can see him going. Go wide receiver. I think he's gonna go JSN. That's what I'm probably. Oh, Bo Nix, not a bad choice either, though. Not a bad choice. Marv off the board. It's gonna be. Who knows what's gonna happen with Marv? I like JSN better. What do you guys? I don't know what you guys think. What do you guys think? You taking JSN or Marv this year? Points overall. Who scores more points? JSN and Marv. Garrett Wilson off the board too. So you got Pitter Patter's got Hertz, AJ, and Wilson to start. You got the Brown, Brown, and Lamb combo there. That Lamb, Brown, Brown. WJW. I posted a brown jersey before. Nobody wanted to do it. Something cheap. $19 league. But no, everybody wants to do everybody wants to do the more expensive leagues, extra $10. But it is what it is. Whatever you guys want, I'll get. It doesn't matter to me. I just look at the value. I feel like next year Chase Brown's jersey is probably going to be going for like 26, 27 to 30. Who knows? Oh, there you go. Nice. That's pretty dope, Ja, with the Bowers and Kittle combo with the two tight ends with Barkley sandwich in the middle. Nice. Montez with fresh off the Puka and Neighbors takes Herbert, and then with the wraparound for the 4-1. Who we going with? JSN still hanging out there. Williams is there. Brees, Hampton, Higgins, Cook, Caleb, Rice. ADP wise, those are the top guys. And he takes Brees. All right, that's his first running back to go with two wide receivers that are solid. This league, obviously, you could see it's QB with a super flex, two running back, three wide receiver, one tight end, two flexes. Who we got? JSN's full, and somebody's gonna grab him and get good value pretty soon. I'm willing to take the upside on Marv. Yeah, nah, there's the upside's there without a doubt. The upside is there. His upside is through the roof, you know. And I like personally I like JSN better than Marv, but I like it kills me to say because I'm a Jets fan, but I do like Marv's value over Wilson. So it was a good pick, and WJW killed it right there with that pick. That fits that bill great. So you got three fucking quality, two guaranteed stud wide receivers, and JSN who knows if Darnold's gonna hit him with the ball constantly, and you got Brown. So Brown's good in fantasy, but I guess not for autographed jerseys. Rice off the board to pitter patter after that. That's his three wide receivers right there: Rice, Wilson, and Brown. So right there, two back-to-back picks. Two guys take care of their starting wide receivers right there. The rest will be flexes for wide receivers, and then we got Randy here with the pick fresh off the Marv pick. Kyla's there somewhere. Maybe not. It might be too early for Kyla, but it's not a bad stack. All right, and McLaurin, that's nice. I like that start. McLaurin's gonna get his. Debo's there, but I still think McLaurin's gonna get his. I think he was the seventh overall wide receiver last year, so they're gonna be fun to watch. Williams there with the 4-6. He's getting slept on, but I like his value too. Um, Personally might take him over Hampton or Hall. Who knows what's going to happen there? But Hampton's value is going up, especially with Najee getting hurt. I don't think it's that serious. It would have came out that if it was serious like that. But all right, Lord of the Fly, Higgins off the board to go with Ladd and Jefferson. Not bad, not bad. Then we got Sid up there, fresh off the Baker pick. I was just gonna say Mike Evans is sitting there. There he goes, Mike Evans, Tyreek Hill off the board. Nice little start there with Daniels, Mahomes, Nico, and Tyreek. That's solid. Um, and you'll still be able to get people on the wraparound. It'll be solid. Um, we got Corey up right now, fresh off the Jonathan Taylor pick. 11 seconds left. James Cook off the board. There you go. You got two of your running backs. Good start there. And then you got McMillan to pair with London. You got your two stud RBs. Not too bad. He'll be a target monster there. I say it every draft. I don't have faith in Young, but he'll still get his. Probably not bad in full PPR. So pretty good. Um, on the clock is Carlo with the Adams pick. And to follow it up on a wraparound with a 5-1, maybe a QB, maybe a tight end, maybe Laporta. I don't know what you're going for. Those QBs are hanging out there right now. This is a super flex league. Usually they're getting picked off by now, a decent amount. But a lot of people yet to draft a QB, and only one team has two of them. And then Stroud off the board to Carlo, followed by Drake May. Corey back on the clock. I should do it. Well, they have 15. So they have 15 and 20-second clocks on Sleeper now. I was going to say I should do a 10-second clock and just rapid fire like so and so's off the board, so and so's off the board. But yeah, like 15, 20 seconds would be cool too. I like the 30-second concept. It keeps things moving. DJ Moore off the board to go to Corey there to pair with Brian Thomas as his two wide receivers, followed up by Kamara to Randall, Sid with the Goff pick. That's his second quarterback to go with Baker. Perfect. You got that lefty with the Lord. I keep saying lefty. Lord of the Fly, with the little stack there to McBride and Murray. I'm sure if that would have slipped to Randy, he would have took it with Marv. But it is what it is. Laporta off the board, pretty good value at the 5-7. So not bad. Henderson off the board to Randy. That's pretty good to go with Genty. That's solid. You got the two rookies there. I'm the more and more draft, I'm starting to move him up the ranks. Because Ramondre's not shit. And we know that. And I was like, Ramondre's there, but I feel like they're just gonna run him, whatever. They're gonna see what they got. Fuck it, right out the gate. go with the young guys and Diggs, obviously. But Walker off the board, the pitter patter. Dak after that to WJW, first quarterback. Same thing with Ja. First quarterback is Caleb Williams. And then Montez with these wraparound picks. Let's see what he's got. He's got Puka, Neighbors, Herbert, Brees, Mixon off the board with the wraparound pick for the 6-1. What do we got? What do we got, Montez? Top guys, ADP wise, Herbert, Purdy, Chuba, Smith. Love is good value. Off the board is Love. There you go. That's good value there. Hunter, uh, Worthy, Harvey, Judkins, DK, Hawkinson, McCarthy. So Purdy off the board to Ja, Hawkinson to follow after that to WJW. So that's his first tight end. He's got three solid wide receivers. Oh, and you got that stack too, that CD and Dak stack. There we go. That little CD Dak stack. Not bad, not bad. McCarthy off the board to pitter patter to pair with Jalen Hurts. Solid. Randy fresh off the Henderson pick. DK's not bad value if you go wide receiver. Smith's there. Um, Pretty good. Worthy's not bad. Hunter off the board. Marv McLaurin Hunter. Harvey off the board. Some solid running backs TC's got going there. Gibbs, McCaffrey, Williams, and Harvey. You're gonna have to hit those wide receivers heavy, but there's good value there. There's still good value at running back too. But Connor off the board, he's definitely moving up. Actually, I think he was a 6'8" yesterday too, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was dead on the 6'8" yesterday. Um, Metcalf with the 6'9", Fields with the 6'10", to Corey to pair with Jackson, two solid rushing quarterbacks. Um, and his old running mate there, DJ Moore, the reverse stack. He's no longer in Chicago, obviously. Cole on the board, fresh off the May pick, fresh off the Mayflower. Maybe Smith, maybe Worthy. Um, Maybe a tight end. Sutton's a good pick too. I like Sutton. I'm in on that. Um, Now we got Carlo with these back-to-back picks with the sixth and seventh round, closing out the sixth, opening the seventh, and we got what are we going with, Carlo? Maybe a Devonta Smith, maybe a Worthy, Kelsey off the board. Kelsey with the 6-12. And what are we doing here next? What do we got, Carlo? And there's Smith off the board. I knew he was too good to be true. It's good value for him in seventh round. Not bad. Cole on the clock, 20 seconds left, fresh off the Sutton pick. He's got his three wide receivers, two running backs, and Drake May as his quarterback. And Young off the board to go with his McMillan stack. So that's pretty solid. Fresh off the Fields pick, we got Corey up. He's probably going to go wide receiver, tight end maybe. I think wide receiver, maybe a running back, but I'm feeling some wide receiver there. Worthy's up there, Flowers there, Rome, uh, Monty if you wanted to go running back, Jameson Williams, Pickens, some good value there, a wide receiver. And Worthy was the pick. I know Corey took Andrews and then Randy took Worthy. So Randy's got four decent wide receivers there. Collins, Hill, Metcalf, and Worthy. Sid's on the clock now. Where you at, Sid? There he is. There's the green. 8 seconds left for Sid. And he takes the Williams pick. Great in this format. I'm loving that. Then you got Chase, Evan. Chase was great value at the 1-5. That's solid, you know. Chase, Evans, and Williams is good. Pickens off the board. Lord of the Flies got four solid wide receivers. Jefferson, Ladd, Higgins, and Pickens. I'm not too high on Higgins, but I know he's good. I don't know why I don't like him. I just don't like him. I don't draft him. I'm taking certain players. I'm taking Evans and Hill over him personally, but I just don't like Higgins. Pickens off the board. I said that. Now we got the TC show, fresh off the running back, Harvey. And probably not the Garland off the board. There we go. That's his first wide receiver. Um, Roma Dunze off the board to Randy. That's his fourth wide receiver also. Um, Pacheco off the board to pair with Walker as Pitter Patter's 2 RB tandem. Pretty solid WJW off that Hawkinson pick. Let's see what he's got. Swift. Swift is one of my league winners this year. I feel like he was even more of a league winner when I was getting him in the 11th, 10th round, like the end of the 10th round, ninth round, in before the NFL draft. I was getting Swift, but still good value at the 7-10. Addison at the 7-11. Montez over here with the wraparound picks 7-12 and 8-12. What do we got going here? Um, Fresh off that love pick, 10 seconds left. Little Flowers action and a Waddle. All right, all right. Not bad. He's got his 4 wide receivers. Let's check the draft board real quick, see who we got left ADP wise. Judkins, who knows? He's gonna slip. He's gonna slip. Somebody's gonna get value on him. Nothing's gonna happen. He's gonna pay somebody, or it's just gonna get delayed. Even if it's a court case, it's gonna get delayed. Look at Rashi Rice. And somebody gets paid and it disappears and nobody remembers it. Um, so Judkins, Lawrence, top QB, ADP wise. Monty, Johnson, Olave, Warren, Cam Ward, Judy, Aaron Jones, Tua. Your pilot's still there. So it's interesting. We got after that Waddle pick, Ridley is off the board. I'm a Ridley guy. I'm in on him this year for sure. Penix to follow up after that to go with Dak. TJ Warren off the board, first tight end for Pitter Patter. Still no tight end for Randy. He takes Johnson. There's plenty of tight end value. One of the guys last night, I forget who it was. He took like Ertz. Was it? I think it was Ertz, Gasecki, and maybe Hunter Henry. And I'm like, wow, that late those 3 picks in a row. That's solid value right there. All 3 of those tight ends. But Trevor Lawrence off the board to go with Bo Nix to the TC show. Lawrence's value is good too. We'll see what happens there. I like Strange. They got rid of Ingram, but Strange is solid. And it's just a running back. It's going to be interesting to see the running backs play out there. But receiver wise, I think Lawrence takes a step forward, and we'll see what happens with that. Monty off the board for the second running back for Lord of the Fly to go with Chuba. So that was after the. And there we go. Judkins off the board with the 8-8. I want to see where he was drafted yesterday and compare that. I'm not sure offhand, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Olave off the board, Jacoby Myers off the board, Jerry Judy to Cole. Judy's going to be good value, I think, especially if Flacco's starting there. He'll find Judy for sure. Carlo over here. Damn, I just got auto picked in a slow draft. I didn't even know I was on a clock. Golden off the board to Carlo. I've been neglecting slow draft left and right recently. Horrible. Because I get tagged so many times with these leagues. We have like 7 slow draft jersey leagues going right now. I'm getting fucking notifications left and right. All right, so Golden off the board, followed up by the Jones pick to Carlo. So you got Bucky, Jacobs, and Jones as your 3 running backs. Cole with the Ricky pick. Pollard, I like the value of Pollard for your RB3 there, Corey. That's great value there. Same with Ingram. Ingram's great value at the 9-4 for your first tight end. That's great to have. And then you swoop in a couple round later, grab 2 of those late round tight ends that have high upside that'll have those games. Loveland off the board, back to back tight ends. Loveland with the 9-5, the Sid. Then we got Stafford for the second quarterback to go with Lord of the Fly. Murray and Stafford. Debo off the board, second wide receiver to the TC show. Reed off the board to Randy there for his 5th wide receiver. So, And then I'm just wanting to see something. And then we got Jennings off the board, fourth wide receiver for Pitter Patter. Um, on the clock is WJW, 17 seconds left. So Jess drafted Judkins yesterday with the 6'10. So he fell he fell to the 8-8. So that's a 2 round difference. So interesting. See how that plays out. Shakir off the board, followed by Cam Ward. Montez with the back-to-back wraparound picks here to close us out in the ninth and start us off in the 10th. He goes Tua for his third quarterback. I like that. And you got the Waddle stack, which is decent. And then 22 seconds left after that for the next guy. And then we're back to Ja for his. I like the way that Ja's building his team for sure with two tight ends. He's going to need to go probably back to back wide receivers. And Njoku off the board to Montez for his first tight end. He's a target monster there. And then what do we got here? Let's go through we'll go through the ADPs real quick. Top ADPs left. We got pick it up a little more. I think I can do the whole thing. All right, so we got Jonu Smith, Brian Robinson, ETN, Gino, Ayuk, Kim, Anthony Richardson, Kincaid, Mecca, uh, Cooper Cup, Najee Harris, Tucker Craft, Josh Downs. I'm starting to really come around to Downs too. I think he's going to be solid value PPR. Diggs, I'm high on. Sharbs, Kyle Pitts, Javonte Williams. There's some guys still there. Still some good value. The usual value in these rounds, but still some good value. It's just who's going to hit them. All right, so fresh after that, we got Ja with the Tracy pick. WJW with Sam Darnold. That's his third quarterback off the board for him. Warren at the 10-4, which is solid value to pitter patter. I'm a Warren guy. Um, Gino off the board to Randy, followed up by Diggs. So far, TC show waited on wide receiver, and he ended up with Godwin, Debo, and Diggs, which is solid value there. Not bad, high upside there. ETN off the board at the 10-7. Josh Downs at the 10-8. Like I said before, his PPR value is going to be decent, especially if Jones is there. I love that value. Rogers off the board at the 10-9. Robinson at the 10-10. Cole on the board on the clock right now, so we'll see where he's at. Fresh off that Ricky pick. He's probably going to go tight end, or maybe the next pick will be tight end, possibly a
Come
running back
on!
here. There you go. You got Smith, tight end, probably running back with the next pick. I don't think he goes wide receiver or maybe he goes quarterback. I'm not sure what quarterbacks are there. Jones after that Jones pick. What do we got for Carlo here? Um, yeah, you got Richardson. See, that's interesting. Carlo too, passing up on the three quarterbacks unless he goes with it here. Because like in this situation, like Cole and Carlo, I'm taking when I have picks like that back to back, and I need that third QB. I'm taking Richardson and Jones all day, and just saying fuck it, I'll eat both of those picks. All right, fresh off the Smith pick, you grab Pitts. So you got two decent tight ends, especially with high upside. We'll see how both of them play out. They're big question mark tight ends, but they're both solid. We'll see what happens. How Rogers is going to find Smith and how Penix is going to find Pitts. It's going to be interesting. So Corey with the Williams pick there with the 11-3. Najee Harris off the board with the 11-4 to Randall. That's his second. That's his second running back. Randall letting the running backs thin out. Richardson off the board to Sid. Ayuk to Lord of the Fly. I'm loving this draft that you got going here, Lord of the Fly. I'm really liking the start of that. Sid's team's not bad. Also, couple good teams. Tucker Craft off the board with the 11-8. I like Ja's build. I like Montez's build. WJW. I love the top of this here with up until that Penix. I don't mind Penix, but everything before that is solid. Mason off the board to Pitter Patter, followed by the Ferguson pick. Ferguson's a big question mark, but very high upside. He was great 2 years ago. Um, he had like 700 and something yards and 5 touchdowns. But then last year, Dak got hurt, obviously, and he was banged up a little bit. So we'll see what happens. They're both healthy this year. We'll see what happens. Harris off the board to Ja. Now you're messing with me, Ja. You just know I'm gonna amp your team up if you take Harris because I keep saying Harris is one of my league winners. So you wanted to flavor your team up. You want to hear me say that you're doing a good job on YouTube. All right, so we got Montez takes Spears to close out the 11th. He's about to kick off the 12th round with who we taking. We could go back at the top of the board here, ADP wise. Um, let's see. So he took Sharps off the board there with the 12-11. Top of the board is Kincaid, Burton, Ramondre, Higgins, Pittman, Dallas Goddard, Russ, Mooney, Coleman, Benson, Likely, Blue. I like he's a sleeper of mine. Who else we got still out there? Shahid's not bad in this format for points overall. Marvin Mims, I'm pretty high on. I'm high on White. They got a two-head monster there. Bucky's the guy, but it's a 1A and 1B. Like I was gonna say a 1A and a 1A minus, but it's more of a 1A and a 1B plus. But White's nothing to be forgotten about down there. Uh, and Betch too. I like Betch's value. That's solid. All right. And then after that Charbonnet pick, Higgins off the board to Ja. Mooney off the board to WJW. Pittman goes to Pitter Patter. Pitter Patter Pittman. There we go. You did that on purpose. Kincaid to follow up that Kraft pick, the Tucker Kraft pick. So you got two tight ends there, Randy. Not bad. The TC show off those three wide receivers. I still think he hammers wide receiver. Up there he goes. Burden off the board. Fresh off that Ayuk pick. Lord of the Fly takes a little rust action there. Grab Daniel Jones. Come on, Sid. You got to do it, Sid. Sid, don't let somebody else grab Daniel Jones. You got to do it, bro. He's there. There you go. Let's go. You got the guaranteed stack there too with Downs, and you got your third quarterbacks locked in. Good job. Good play. Dobbins off the board to Randall. Randall's about to just hammer RB now because Kamara, Najee, and Dobbins they're definitely the oldest trio of the draft probably. And you got Corey 7 seconds, 6-5. McMillan off the board. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with McMillan. I was always a Godwin guy. Love Evans. Evans will get his. I'm also a Kate Otten guy, but I'm usually all over Godwin, but I'm staying away from Godwin. I'm staying away from McMillan. Evans, even Bucky, I'm staying away from because I like other running backs in that area. Pretty much, I'm in on White. I'm in on Evans. I'm in on Baker, and I'm in on Otten. That's about it. Uh, Cole with the blue pick. Sanders goes to Carlo. Coleman also with the 13-1. Williams off the board to Cole for his fifth wide receiver. So actually sixth wide receiver and followed up by the Henry pick. So that's good. You grabbed Andrews and you grabbed little Henry action, Corey. Not bad. I like that. Ramondre off the board, followed by White to Sid. Not bad. Um, Going up. I'm check this league chat real quick. Keeping the seniors employed. Yeah, right. Definitely. That's a good one. All right, I might as well just check the draft board now while I'm here. Dallas Goddard, Benson, Likely, uh, Patty, Faramuth, Shahid's still there, Tutton, Mims, Ertz is still there. Little Tank Bigsby action's not bad. Um, Rashad Bateman, little Garendo, Kate Otten's great value. Kirk is good value. Strange is good value. There's some value there. Hollywood Brown is good value. There's some good value guys there. Where did we leave off? After that White pick, we got Lord of the Fly. Dart made it back to him, so he got Russell Wilson and Dart. I love that strategy. That's a great way to play that. Then Likely went to the TC show. So he's got the pairing of Laporta and Likely, not bad. Then Mims with the 13-8, followed by Dallas Goddard. Benson with the 13-10. Bateman with the 13-11. Now we got Montez on the clock for back to back picks. We'll see where he goes with that. WJW only took his third running back, too, and it's Benson. So he's rocking with Brown and Swift, which is an interesting dice roll, but there's still some late rounds you could grab. Shaheed off the board to close out the 13th. To start the 14th, you got Brown, so Hollywood and Shaheed. That's two great upside plays there, especially in this format with points overall. No playoffs. So Kirk went after that. Great pick there. Wide receivers are tuning up. You didn't take a wide receiver till the 7th round, Ja, and you made it work so far with Addison, Ridley, Harris, Higgins, Bateman, Kirk. So I like Addison. I'm so on Addison. I love Ridley this year. I love Harris, but it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. And you got some good high upside, so I like the way you're going with that. Algier off the board, the WJW, followed by Flacco with the 14-4. Garendo with the 14-6. Gasecki first. Is that the first tight end? No. You have McBride. All right. So Lord of the Fly with Gasecki. Batch off the board to Sid. Eckler, great value. I love what you're making it work. You're getting the old timers. Eckler's definitely an old timer too, but fuck it though. Two of them will be on hopefully at all times. Couple, you'll definitely all the RBs you drafted. Probably half of them will at least get IR stints this year. But fuck it, just keep going RB. The rest of your team's solid. I love that Ingram pick. So after Eckler, we got Tillman off the board. Tutton to follow up on that. We got Carlo on the back-to-back picks, closing out the 14th, about to set off the 15th. A lot of tight end value still there. And Tank Bigsby's sandwiched in the middle of that tight end value. All right, and then we got Faramuth off the board to Carlo. With the 15-1, we got Leggett off the board, little Xavier Leggett action. Right off the board, I think that's your handcuff, right? Yep, yeah, you had Achian, so that's solid. You got your handcuff there. Kenny Pickett off the board to Corey, trying to make something happen to get his third QB. What do we got QB wise out there? Milrow, yeah, it's all pretty much sucked up. It sucks, but it is what it is. At least it's super flex. Oh, Cole with the two week 14 quarterbacks. That's rough, bro. Week 14, you got two quarterbacks. You're only two quarterbacks on bye. All right, so back to the action. Ertz off the board with the 15-4, followed by Kate Otten, then Bigsby off the board with the 15-6. Milrow off the board, followed up by Strange. Loving the upside of Strange there. Davis off the board to pitter patter. Little Roshan axing. Got your handcuff for Swift. I've always been a Roshan guy. Even when his rookie year, I was all in on him. But I like Swift. Just Chicago in general. I like Swift. I like Roshan. But the opportunities he's got, he really hasn't performed. Taylor off the board with the 15-11, followed by Akaku. Love the Akaku value there at the 15-12. That's great value. It's where he goes, but I think he's gonna play up that. He's gonna be like a round or two at least consistently up on that. Followed by the Romeo Dobbs pick. Samson off the board. That's going to be interesting now with the 16. Jerome Ford followed up, boom, right after that. Two Cleveland interesting picks there. Let's see. Was that Ja? No, Ja's got, Ja had the two tight ends. So Taylor's his third tight end. Because I was going to say, too bad he didn't go to two Cleveland running backs. But Douglas off the board, Noel off the board after that. We'll take a look at the end of this round, see what players are still available. PC show on the clock. 15 seconds left. Pat Bryant, solid pick. Dowdle. Dowdle, we'll see what happens with him, you know. Brandon Allen with a 16-8. It's going to be interesting to see who's that true wide receiver, too, at Denver. Unless Sutton's just that guy, Ingram's that guy, and then they spread the ball around between Mims and Bryant and Franklin and everywhere else they got. Um, Dealing off the board with the 16-9. Another pass. Who knows with Carolina where the ball's going to go? Who's going to be their true wide receiver, too? It's so like McMillan in the fourth, he's gonna be that wide receiver one, but I don't mind Thielen's value there if he stays healthy. It's interesting because Legette's there too. They got a lot of wide receivers. Wandell Robinson off the board to the 6'10, 6'11 with the Johnston. Nick Chubb off the board with the 16-12 to close that round out. Setting off the 17th, Carlo. What do we got? We got 20 seconds left. That's what we got. Let me go to the player pool. We'll see where we're at. So ADP wise, we got Devin Neal. You got to take. Yeah, I know who's got Kamara. So you got 4 picks to get to Randall for the. Yeah, come on, you got to grab. Oh, Neal's off the board. Yeah, Neal Cousins off the board. Hopkins set off the round for Carlo. Top of the draft board, we got players left. Blake Crom, Schultz, Palmer has decent upside. Sanders, Hill, Pierce, uh, Ferguson, little Theo Johnson action, Cooker, Komet, Kareem Hunt. Yeah, there's still some Royals is some good value. I like him. We'll see what happens. Austin's not bad. Still some sleepers there. And that's just scraping the surface, you know. It's the usual guys there. All right, Sid with the Royals pick is solid. I seen a Royals jersey the other day signed, and it just looked sick. It looked really cool. Uh, yeah, KC's got some cool jerseys. All right, so it was this round went Hopkins, Neal, Cousins, Hill, Royals, then Palmer, which is a great pick there. Thornton, Ferguson off the board with the 17-8. I'm gonna go 2 more rounds after this. So at the end of the 19th, I'll start doing some team analysis, and then we'll close this draft out. Johnson off the board to Pitta Patta with the 17-9. Probably running back again. He's been hitting the running backs heavy. Let's see what we got. There we go. A little Lloyd action there. Fresh off that Samson pick. What do we got? Ja Pierce, not bad. Montez with the closing out the 17th, kicking off the 18th. Little Keenan Allen action. His upside's there when he gets signed. I can't wait to see where he signs. 20 seconds left for Montez. 15. Cooker off the board. Fresh off that Pierce pick. What do we got, Ja? What do we got on him? Some interesting value still there. Definitely. Sean Tucker's a beast. He just won't get any play really unless there's an injury. It's a shame. Sucks when you go to a place that's got 2 solid running backs. Did roast Tyler Algier about that. He has a great season. Then they go and draft Bijan. All right. Blake Crom off the board to Ja, who is now on auto. Green light's still there, but the auto's there. Speeding things up. Darren Waller off the board there. Yeah, I'll do some team analysis after this probably. That way we're not closing it out. I think yesterday we closed it out right on the money. I think that as the draft was ending, I was doing the last team, which was solid. I know like 2 drafts ago, I was carrying it over. I think like the draft ended and I was still had like 2 teams to go, but not bad. Some good teams there, some good value. Definitely some good value. We'll go over the teams individually. So you went five tight ends there to close it out, Randy. Well, not five straight, but five back ends after your 10-5 with Gino. You went five tight ends. Some good upside tight ends though for sure. Sanders off the board. Laporta likely Sanders for the TC show. Austin off the board to Lord of the Fly. I like that pick. It's interesting. If they don't sign anybody, I like Austin's value. If they grab like Keenan or Cooper, I think they're gonna grab Keenan. But Austin's value is definitely good there. Um, with the 18-9 coming up that was the 18-8. With the 18-9, we got Randall on the board. He takes Kareem Hunt, which is decent value. You got the old you got some old heads, bro. You got some old running backs. But it's cool. You'll make it work. Um so we got Corey, fresh off that Cousins pick. Let's just run through ADP wise real quick. Theo John go up one more. Theo Johnson, Komet, Hunter, Michael Wilson, Arroyo, Lockett. I like Lockett. James, Sennett, Mitchell, Amari Cooper, Shipley for a handcuff, Radler if you want to roll dice on that. Mangoli, solid value. Wicks, people are starting to roll dice on later. I've seen people taking chances on him. Tesla's there, obviously. But all right, so let's do a little team recap here. What do we got going? Um, Gordon went, then Gray, and then Wilson. All right, so we got Carlos' team. Got the two quarterbacks, Stroud and Allen, and then not much after that. Sanders there, but who knows when he's going to take over? Might be without Stroud. I don't think he's going to be in there at the sixth, barring injury, but we'll see what happens. So you got pretty much Stroud and Allen the whole season. Bucky and Jacobs. I love the value at running back there. The tag team. Jones and Cam with the bench or the flex probably for Jones. Devonta Adams, Smith, Golden Cup. I don't mind that. Coleman after that. Xavier Leggett, Kelsey as your main tight end. It's so. It's not the best team. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna go through the draft, but it's not definitely not the worst team. I'd say that's probably gonna be a middle of the pack team. All right, Cole went two running backs and then two wide receivers. H. and Robinson are a great start to have. Um, then he went London and McMillan, two target monsters, same division. That'll be fun when they're battling each other twice a year. Drake May, then he went to go with Young, so that's his two quarterbacks there. That's his only two quarterbacks that he drafted. So he's got that stack with the McMillan and the Young pick. He went Sutton, Judy, which is great. Ricky's good value. The two tight ends and Pitts and Jonas Smith. Blue is a good sleeper that I like. He got his handcuff for Achian. Not bad, Cole. I like that. You're definitely in the top half of the league. Uh, Corey went two rushing QBs with Jackson and Fields in the sixth, which is good value. Uh, then his wide receivers are Brian Thomas, DJ Moore, Myers is wide receiver three, and then it falls off after that. You don't really have too much, but there is the potential. So at least you got three solids. Then you'll be relying more from your running backs at your flex, I guess, because you got Taylor Cook, Pollard, who I'm high on. Robinson's pretty good value in the 10th. Williams in the 11th. Not bad. I like the Henry pick too later on. Pretty solid. Not too bad. I'm like you're around the middle of the pack. Maybe just after the top five, but we'll see where we're at. Then Randall, the veteran, Daniels, Mahomes, and Rogers as his three QBs. So he got three good QBs, two solid, and Rogers. I think Rogers is going to try to go out with a bang. We'll see how long that lasts for. Hopefully, it could happen. So he's got the three good QBs: Nico Collins, Tyreek Hill, Metcalf. His starting three wide receivers really solid. Worthy and Olave off the bench, or in the flex at least. He went Kamara. This is where he lost it. Kamara, Then he didn't take another running back till the 11th, and got stuck with Najee, Dobbins, Ramondre, Eckler, Hill, and Hunt. I say stuck with, but he just made it happen. Out of that pack, there'll be one that submerges as something at least to be a RB2. Maybe you get another one to be a flex. We'll see what happens. Ingram at tight end, I like that. Randall, I like the team. Just the running backs are a little weak, but who knows? Who knows what you could have did? Maybe. See, I don't like the RB value. I was gonna say take a RB over Holmes, but the highest on the board was Brown. I feel like the 3-4 was a little too early to take him. So I guess you had the right play there. Just didn't fall. The cards didn't fall in the right favor, I guess. But you can make it work still. Sid had a good draft. He grabbed Jamar Henry with the 1-2 for him. His quarterbacks are Baker, Goff, and then he got Richardson Jones combo, which is a solid combo. Um, his wide receivers are Chase, Evans, Williams to have that stack with Goff, Downs to have the stack with the Indy QBs. So that's not bad. Betch there also checking in. That's not bad. Uh, his running backs are Henry, Connor. I like those first two. Judkins, we'll see how that plays out. I think he's going to be fine this year. White, I like that value at the 13. Loveland at tight end. Not a bad team. A little weak after your RB2s, but we'll see. I think Judkins is going to be fine, and then I like White, so it's not a bad team. You're about middle of the pack, I'd say. Lord of the Fly, I think I really liked your draft too. So Stafford, Murray, Russ, and Jackson Dart as the QBs. Jefferson was his first pick. Ladd was the third, and Higgins was the fourth. So that's a pretty good three. I'm not too high on Higgins, but he's there. He's solid. Pickens and Ayuk. I am high on Ayuk. I don't mind Pickens, so that's good value there. Um, Chuba and Monty for your RB1 and 2. Interesting. I like Chuba. I like both of them. They're not bad, but we'll see what happens. ETN, who knows what's going to happen here with the running back situation. Tight ends, you got McBride in the second, which is great value, obviously, great pick, obviously, and then good value in the 14th with Gasecki. And you also got Bigsby there down, so you definitely got Jacksonville's running backs. Just seeing you grabbed Wilson, that was good. Duke Johnson's decent pick by Corey too. It's an interesting late round pick. So go to the TC show now. He picked that at a 1-7, went Gibbs and McCaffrey. Um, I'll switch it. I'll go RBs first. So Gibbs, McCaffrey, Williams, and Henry. That's a solid starting four. And then he grabbed a little Smith action and Brooks late. So you grabbed your first four stud running backs. You got Nix and Lawrence. I like the way you built that starting, and then you waited on wide receiver. You grabbed Laporta with the 5-7, and then likely with the 13-7. Sanders don't really matter too much, but then you went Godwin, Samuel, Diggs, and Buka, Burden, Bryant, Thornton. Solid. That's not bad. It's gonna be interesting. I like this team a lot as long as guys can stay healthy and perform. If I got a little weak, obviously a little weak at wide receiver, but you got some guys that could pop. I like that. You're definitely top half of the league. Randall, Randy with the Burrow pick to start it off, and then with the 10-5 in the 10th round, he took Gino. So that's solid. You get your every week in and out QB, and then you fell off after that. You didn't really grab a QB. Winston's interesting. I wonder if there's an injury if the Giants trade Winston. All right, so then you got your running backs with Genty and Henderson, little Johnson action in the 8th. You slammed tight ends, but that's not bad. A little weak there. You definitely got two solid starters. Johnson, I'm like up and down on him. Definitely more of a Warren guy, but that's just me personally. Henderson, McMillan, Hunter, Rome is great in this format. I'm not like I said before. I'm not a big Marv guy. I hope he could do good. I'm not a big Rome guy, but he's good for this format. Hunter, I'm not too high on personally. And then you just blasted tight ends. Croft, Kincaid, Strange. I like the tight ends. Not bad. Good upside there. Komet, Horton. I like that pick. overall, it's your team. I'm saying it's about the middle pack, maybe below the top five. I'm not putting it up there with the rest of them, but not a bad team, but not a great team. We'll see how it plays out, though. I'm not a professional. All right, pitter patter. He took Hertz first, paired him up with McCarthy. I think. Let's see. Um, so I'm to see one thing. Two. Yeah. So he went Hertz, McCarthy, Brown, Wilson, and Rice as his starting three wide receivers. I like the start to that. Higgins, Pittman, Douglas. Uh, Running back wise, it was Walker, Pacheco, Warren. I like those three right there. Not bad. Pacheco, if he could stay healthy and perform, he was getting drafted a lot higher in the seventh round last year. Mason, Minnesota brought him in for a reason, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Tight end, you grabbed Warren, who I'm not too high on. Goddard, I'm not too high on. Johnson's interesting. Fannon's interesting. So I like your team, Pitter Patty. I think you're in the top half of the league. WJW. I definitely like this team a lot. Lamb, Amon Ra, and Chase Brown to start, and then JSN is a great start. Dak is a great start. So the three QBs are Dak, Penix, and Sam Darnold. That's a great three QBs. Great three wide receivers to start with Lamb, Brown, JSN. Shakir Mooney's interesting home run play. Uh, then Chase Brown and Swift. Then you just rock the end with Benson, Algier, all these guys. Ford could be an interesting play. Sanders might be an interesting play, but not probably not. Uh, then you hammered tight end towards the bottom too. Wall was a good value. He settled down. He was going. He went like the 11th round when he first got traded. I mean, when the trade first happened, Font could be good value there. Ferguson's good value. Hawkinson, yeah, that's a good team. I like that team a lot. I think that's a top three team week in week out if everybody can stay healthy. Um, I definitely like that team a lot. Led by your trio of fucking wide receivers that are studs. His team was definitely solid with the two tight ends with Kittle and Bowers. I remember that. So QB wise, we got Williams, Purdy, Cam Ward. That's pretty solid. Bowers and Kittle as his tight ends are great. Also, he took Taylor. So we'll see what happens there. Running back wise, Barkley, Hampton, pretty good. That's solid. Trey falls off with Tracy. Tracy, I like him this year, not going forward. Sampson's interesting. I think Cam takes over next year for Tracy's spot. His first wide receiver was Addison, and then Ridley. I like Ridley personally more than Addison. Love Harris. Love Kirk. Not bad value there. It's a good team. I think you'll be in the top half, but close to that 4-5 area. Um, Montez went Puka Nakua and Malik Neighbors, two target monsters. It's a good way to start a draft. Herbert, Love, and Tua as his QBs. That's three decent QBs. Um, and then running back wise, you got Hall, Mixon, Spears, Sharbs. That's about it. You got one of your handcuffs with Davis there. So you're a little bit weak at RB, but week in and out. Hopefully, Hall mixing can do it for you. But wide receivers is where you definitely built strong with Puka, Neighbors, Flowers, Waddle with to stack with Tua, which is solid. And Joku with tight end is great. Shaheed and Brown, I'm high on. Who I'm high on. Keenan Allen, I'm high on. So you made it work. Mike Williams was interesting to see how it happens there. Um, so definitely some good teams. Um, Check to see if anybody said anything. Uh, yeah, so I don't know what you guys think. If you guys would have did anything different or anything else, but definitely some good teams. I like once again the back of the draft. I kind of like WJW, not bad, but you fell off with the running backs. Um, Ja has a pretty good team. He made it work with the wide receivers. I like Montez's team a decent amount, but a lot of team. It's interesting. Sid's team was interesting. Randall did pretty well. Uh, it's weird because I feel like the teams that like took the extra running backs slacked on the quarterbacks, and teams that took the quarterbacks could have used the extra running backs. A lot of that in this draft. There wasn't like a full team where I'm like, wow, top to bottom, they were pretty stacked. Um, I do like WJW. It's not like he could have used a better W, better RB3, but maybe one of those late ones could emerge to one. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Once again, this was for Justin Jefferson autograph jersey, uh, $29 buy-in on the Sleeper app. Hit me up on there, Pristine Mem. We got a community with about 70 of them, and I love every single one of them. I appreciate every single one of them. They make this all happen. I love doing these drafts. These fast drafts are definitely fun to commentate. I like to see the way people build their teams. It's definitely interesting to be on the other side of like not drafting a team and just commentating and being like, oh, this is a guy I would like, but I do get the itch. So within the next like 20 minutes, I will be looking for a best ball draft. So if anybody's got a $5 or $10 best ball, hit me up, shoot me a DM, I'll get in there. Um, but yeah, I think tomorrow I'll try to get another draft going. I don't know if anybody's really interested in it on a Sunday night, but fuck it, I'll go for the 3 for 3 for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Maybe even get one going during MLB All Star, during a home run derby or something. That'd be cool. But we got a Trey McBride coming up. I'm gonna be posting the Jamar Chase slow draft probably tonight or tomorrow morning. Probably I gotta see. I gotta see what goes on. But we'll be getting those going. So we'll see. Of course, thanks for checking in. Keep an eye out. We're gonna be doing these as much as we can. It's a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody. Like, share, subscribe on the YouTube. Tell all your friends. Tell everybody on Sleep or anybody you know that does fantasy. Tell them about these Jersey leagues. Let's try to really get this thing going. Um, the more the merrier. Bring a friend. Let's get these leagues going. I want by the time August comes, mid-August, I want to be able to bang out like if somebody's like, oh, let's do an auction. I want to be able to be like, oh yeah, no problem. We'll fill it in a day. Now it's like I say auction and then I get like 4 people and then the league sits for a while, but we'll get there eventually. But all right, thanks for tuning in. Good luck, everybody. Let me just tell everybody good luck here. Definitely a good draft. Interesting draft for sure. Yeah, thank you, Pitter Patter. This was a fun one. But all right, so thanks for tuning in, everybody. Until next time, like, share, subscribe, and let's keep these jerseys going. Trying something different, having fun. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Saturday. As I'll see you tomorrow.